The Chargers have already started making moves post-regular season, even though the actual offseason doesn't start. A major move has been signing 10 players to future contracts, signaling they are gearing up for next season. But what exactly does this move mean? Who are these players, and how will it impact the Chargers in the 2025 season? Let's break it all down. What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Chargers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Bolts. The Chargers just signed 10 players to future contracts. Future contracts are essentially an invitation for players to compete for a spot on the roster during training camp. While these contracts guarantee a shot at one of the 90 offseason roster spots, they don't secure a place on the final roster. Players still need to prove themselves once camp begins. Signed after the regular season but before free agency or training camp, future contracts allow teams to lock in players for the upcoming season. This gives teams an opportunity to evaluate talent during the offseason and assess if these players can contribute to the team's future success. Every team does this move, but what really matters is who you sign and how early you make that decision. Players included in this list are Karsen Barnhart, McCallan Castles, Dez Fitzpatrick, Jalen Johnson, Jeremiah Jean-Baptiste, Christopher Hinton, Tremont Morris-Brash, Caleb Murphy, Jarrett Patterson, and Kendall Williamson. Now let's look at some of these 10 players, what they bring to the table, and how they align with the Chargers' 2025 season strategy. One standout is Karsen Barnhart, a guard from Michigan. It'll be exciting to see if he gets more action and continues developing his skills. He's got the potential to be a solid contributor down the line. Another key player to note is Christopher Hinton, also from Michigan. He played defensive tackle and had a solid college career. In his time at Michigan, Hinton was known for stopping the run and making life tough for offenses. However, his transition to the NFL has been challenging. Despite going undrafted in 2022, Hinton still caught the attention of NFL teams and has earned a chance with the Chargers. Dez Fitzpatrick is another player worth mentioning. He's a bit more experienced, having been a fourth-round pick in the past. While it's unlikely he'll become the future star at wide receiver, he's a solid depth piece. Fitzpatrick has an impressive relative athletic score of 8.8, indicating strong athletic potential. However, his three-cone drill score wasn't great, so that's an area where improvement could make a big difference. As a depth piece, Fitzpatrick has the chance to prove himself, contributing to the team in a variety of ways. Switching gears a bit, let's talk about some of the players already on the roster. PFF recently released their highest-graded players from Wild Card Weekend, and topping the list was Tony Jefferson. Jefferson made a big play by disrupting a trick play from Houston deep in their own territory, showing how crucial the safety position is for the Chargers. The team has already seen the importance of having a versatile safety like Derwin James, who can be effective in both coverage and in the box. Depth at safety is key, and it's something the Chargers need to keep improving. Another name to keep an eye on is Elijah Molden. While injuries have kept him sidelined, when healthy, he could become an important piece of the secondary. Players like Molden are sometimes overlooked, but their impact can be huge when they are on the field. Now, let's talk about the Chargers' overall roster. The team isn't in a desperate situation. They have talent, solid quarterback play, a good coaching staff, and key players who are already making an impact. It's not about starting from scratch, it's about continuing to build on that talent. Speaking of building, let's dive into a mock draft for the Chargers. It's still early, but looking at potential draft picks gives a good idea of where the team might go. The Chargers hold the 22nd overall pick, and some mock drafts have them selecting tight ends like Tyler Warren or Colston Loveland. Both are top-tier tight ends who can block and contribute to the passing game. A tight end pick at 22 would be a smart move for the Chargers to add another weapon for Justin Herbert. With Herbert's talent and some more weapons, this offense could take the next step. In the second round, some mock drafts have the Chargers picking a defensive tackle from Ohio State at pick 55. This would bolster the defense, adding another piece to help shut down opposing offenses. The third round could see the team adding a running back like Caleb Johnson, addressing a potential need on offense. When it comes to the draft, it's clear the Chargers will focus on balancing their needs. They'll likely target a tight end, defensive tackle, and running back early on, addressing key areas while also giving Justin Herbert more tools to work with. But let's not forget the offensive line. While it's easy to focus on skill positions, the offensive line needs attention as well. The reality is that high-quality offensive linemen are difficult to find in free agency, so the draft is the best option. Drafting and developing young talent along the offensive line is crucial for building a long-term, successful team. Now, returning to the future contracts, these are players who may not be immediate contributors, but who can develop and compete for a roster spot. The team has a good group of young players to evaluate, and if even one or two step up, it could make a big difference in providing solid depth throughout the season. The Chargers are in a strong position. They have talent, they have cap space, and they have a coaching staff that knows how to make the most out of what they have. With smart decisions, this team can continue to build and become a serious contender in the future. That's a wrap for today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.